All right, in this video, I'm gonna show you how to get a little bit more gritty with your filtering. So let's say you have an open house or a new listing, and you want to try to find some more potential sellers, whether they might be interested now or down the future. You want to be able to capture them, invite them to the open house, or get their information to be able to start deploying certain types of detailed or specific marketing to them. So let's just get to it. So again, we're going to be using the filtering. So I'm going to use an example, this address, 6388. So let's pretend this is whether you're doing an open house at this property or it's a new listing. We want to try to find some more potential sellers. So we can see here, it's over here in LA Gardens. We know it's right there on 50th Street. So we can try to search for this whole general area right there. So I'm going to go ahead and clear the address so this stays open. So now what we'll do is I'll use the drawing tool. Let's just go ahead and go from all the way, let's say around Waring here. Then I'll just hit enter. And then from here we can start just going through the motions and start filtering to find us any absentee owners in this area. So obviously absentee, we're going to go non-owner occupied. For property characteristics, we want to find single family, maybe condos, townhomes. You can even go by bedrooms, like I said, square feet. But we're just going to stick to that right now. MLS status, you always want to put off market. We obviously don't want to find properties that are already on the market. Foreclosure, go ahead and put none, unless you want to go after homes that are going through foreclosure at the moment. Ownership info, always put individual. A lot of people miss this and hit corporation. We only want to go after individual owned properties. And from here, we can go out of state or vacant, but I'll get that to it in a second. And then, of course, value trend if you want to. And then equity. For equity percentage, I'm just going to put 30%. We can even put free and clear if we like. So far, found 128 homes that are absentee owners. That could be a list that we save. But 128, let's see if we can get a little bit more niche down, find a little bit more hotter homeowners. We can just from here play around with the filtering. So I put 30% equity. Let's just see if there's any free and clear absentee owners. Those are types of owners that would, at some point will be ready to sell. So we see we got 50 properties. Let's see here. What else can we do to change? Another filter that we can always play with is obviously the length that they've owned the property. So if we go over here to the properties on my right side, it'll show me the sell date. So right here, these people recently bought it. So there must be cash owners. And since they recently just bought it, they're not probably going to be ready to sell it anytime soon. So let's go over here to ownership info. Click on that. In years of ownership, let's put a minimum of, let's see here, let's go with 10 years. Now see, this right here would then be a good list. So there's 18 properties. They've owned it for more than 10 years, and they're absentee owners with over 30% equity. That would be a very good list that you, or actually free and clear. I'm sorry, I forgot. We switched from 30% to free and clear. So these are homeowners that could, they've owned it for a long time. They're probably rentals. At a certain point, they can be tired of it and ready to sell, especially if the market's high and they know right now is the great time to cash in what they've made from the property. We can even uncheck free and clear and go back to maybe a minimum of 50% equity. We see now there's 50 properties. So with this strategy, with this list, you can, if you want to save the search, just click it and save the search there, or click on add a list, and we can save it as a marking list. Then we can skip trace it. You can deploy ringless voicemails, maybe some letters if you want to handwrite some letters, or just use a letter company, or even upload this list to Facebook and run retargeting Facebook ads too. So this would be a good list if you're trying to go after some absentee owners, especially if they owned it for a good length in time. And the great thing is just always be playing with the filtering to really find that small audience of people that at some point soon they would be ready or easily persuaded that now is the time to sell. Obviously, we can go longer with years of ownership. Let's see if there's any people who've owned it for 20 years. So we got a list of 31 people that have owned the home for 20 years, have a 50% equity. This would be also a great list to kind of target, especially since they've bought it back in 1999. They could be older people, depending on how you know the demographics. It could be an older community, so they might be tired of the home or dealing with the home, dealing with renters, and ready to get rid of it. So that'd be a good way to kind of search and try to find some people if you're trying to target absentee owners within the area of where you're doing a listing or a new open house.